Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a Neuvillette ex-listener by me. So let's get into it. The evening in Fontaine had a serene quality to it. The kind where the world felt soft around the edges, as if the sea mist blurred the line between reality and dreams. Neuvillette's office was a place of quiet and calm, a stark contrast to the storm of thoughts currently racing in your mind. You sat across from him, hands folded neatly in your lap, feeling the weight of the confession that you had yet to make. He was reading through some documents, ever the picture of focus and poise, his long white hair cascading over her shoulders. But he knew better than to think he was unaware of the tension in the air. He had always been keen to your moods, even when you tried to hide them. Neuvillette? Your voice came out softer than intended, barely above a whisper. But he immediately looked up, his piercing yet kind eyes meeting yours. Is something troubling you? His voice was calm, almost soothing, but the way his brows slightly furrowed showed his concern. You took a deep breath, feeling the storm brewing inside of you, uncertain of how to truly start. Look, there is something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you a long time ago. His expression softened, though his gaze never wavered. Whatever it is, you may tell me. I am listening. You nodded, feeling a lump form in your throat. You had rehearsed this moment in your mind countless times before. But now, with him sitting right in front of you, his full attention in what you're about to say, the words felt a lot heavier. Look, I feel bad about hiding this, but I'm not just an ordinary person. I've strictly kept this from you for reasons that I was... You know how you feel about the Archons, so it's not weird I would want to hide this. I was afraid of how you would react, but I can't hide it any longer. Neuvillette looked a little bit intrigued, but remained silent, patiently waiting for you to continue. His calmness was unnerving, and you wondered if he had already suspected something all along, hence why he was not reacting. I'm the daughter of that Tsaritsa. You finally confessed, feeling the weight of your words hang in the air between you, and for a moment there was only silence. His eyes flickered with something you couldn't quite place. Surprise, perhaps? Or was it something else? Something deeper? Something worse? You're that Tsaritsa's daughter, he repeated, his tone measured and shocked at the same time. It was baffling how he was, but then again, it was what made him Neuvillette. You nodded at his words, feeling the anxiety tighten your chest. I know how you feel about the Archons. You've made it clear that you dislike them. You see them as usurpers, unworthy of their power. And I understand why. That's why I've been so afraid to tell you. I thought it might change how you saw me. Neuvillette stood up slowly, walking toward the large windows of his office that overlooked the city of Fontaine. His back was to you, and you could see the way his posture straightened, as if he were processing the information. I have never hidden my disdain for the Archons, he said, his voice low and steady. I believe they have taken what was not theirs to begin with. They have ruled with power, that was meant for someone else. Your heart sank as you stood up from your seat, your lips trembling. I know, and now that you know the full truth, I wouldn't blame you if you saw me differently. If you... Before you could finish, Neuvillette turned back to face you, his expression soft, impossibly kind, yet resolute. You are not your mother, nor are you responsible for the actions of the Tsaritsa or any of the other Archons. It would be incredibly unfair of me to judge you in this manner. He blinked, stunned by his words. I do not hold you accountable for the sins of those who came before you. The fact that you are her daughter does not change who you are to me. He continued, walking towards you, his steps deliberate and unhurried. You felt a wave of relief wash over you, though you were still uncertain. But I've kept it from you. I didn't know how you'd react. Don't you feel awful that I deceived you? He stopped in front of you, his eyes locking with yours. I understand why you felt the need to hide it. But truly, do you think that changed how I feel about you? You are not defined by your lineage. You are defined by who you are, the person I have come to care deeply for. Tears welled in your eyes, the fears that had gripped your heart for so long, finally loosening. I was so afraid that this would be the thing that drove us apart. He tilted your chin up with the slightest touch, his fingers warm against your skin. There is nothing that could change the way I feel for you. You are more than your heritage. You are everything to me. I do not care about the Archons, nor do I care about their claims to power when it comes to you. All I want from you is just to be you, and for us to continue this life that we've built. And unable to hold back any longer, you threw your arms around him, burying your face into his chest. He wrapped his arms around you in return, holding you close, as if he could shield you from all the fears that had plagued you. And you smiled into his embrace, feeling lighter than you had in a long time. His love was unshakable, and for the first time in your life, you truly believed that you were not defined by your past, only by the love that you shared in the present.